So welcome and congratulations on taking another episode with me. So this episode is about finding your passion. It's no secret that I'm really passionate about specific things, and I want to be able to help you guys find your inner passion. Now, wherever you may fit on the entrepreneurial scale, on the self-development scale, the motivational scale, everyone wants to find their one true passion. Every single time, every single day we ask, what are you truly passionate about? What is your purpose? Why are you put on this earth? And a lot of times we kind of don't know where we are. So I'm going to give you some steps. We've got 7 steps here to help you find your inner passion. So what I want you guys to understand is change is automatic and inevitable, but progression is not. So if you were to compare yourself today to 5 years ago, obviously you've grown as a person physically, but can you imagine have you not progressed mentally as well? So progression is not inevitable. So you need to be able to take the time, put in the effort, put in that time into yourself to be able to get out that growth. The first thing is ask yourself these 3 questions. The first one is, what subjects of books I can read without being bored, such as TV, and if you don't read books, what TV shows are you most actively get you motivated, get you happy? Personally, I love watching documentaries about animals and people helping animals because I'm an animal lover. So what books or TV shows that you watch that will help you find your passion as well, because what we don't realize is if it interests you, if that's what you're passionate about. Okay, second one is, what would I do without pay if money wasn't an issue? Now, no secret as to why money is what makes the world go round. So if you were not to make money from something but your passion is there, what would it be? For me, I'm passionate in photography and videography. And that was a skill that I learned maybe about 3 years ago. I wasn't in the photography industry. I'm not a professional photographer. I just do it as a hobby, and if I was to get paid for anything, it would be that. I actually have come up to so many different people and asked them, if I see someone with a beautiful face and they have really strong features, I'd be like, can I take a photo of you? You really interest me. Your features are really beautiful, and I allow that beauty and that passion to then portray through a photo, an image, and then I edit it on Photoshop, Lightroom, or whatever the case may be. If you're passionate about dance and music, same thing. Find a way to make that passion. So if you were to make money, if you were to do something without pay, what would it be? Mine's photography, but yours can be whatever you feel like. The third one is, what would I spend effort and money on learning? So I would love to learn about the psychology of the mind. I would love to learn about how I can portray even more emotions on a camera rather than just a smile. I feel like this is me again, guys. I'm just giving you guys examples. I feel like when you guys have a subject that you're really passionate for, maybe it's a seminar of learning how to be your one true self. Maybe it's these episodes. What if you were to spend time and money on, what would it be? That's the third one. So obviously the subjects of books you can read without getting bored is where you would find your innermost passion in the most indirect way. Sorry guys, I'm outside, so it might be loud. The second one is, what would you do without pay if money wasn't an issue? The third one is, what will you spend time, effort, and money learning if you were able to do that? Second part is, your job and your passion are 2 different things. Well, that's 4. 2 different things. So your job is obviously something that you get paid for, and your passion is something that you'll get passionate for. What happens is when you're in a job, or just in a day-to-day life, you're kind of surrounded by very toxic people who kind of put down your ideas and allow your money mindset or your mindset to really diminish because you're in a toxic environment. Because you're in a toxic environment, any environment that is negative will negatively impact your thoughts and your feelings. So your passion, often what happens is we want to portray our passion. We think our passion is our job. We want to portray what we love to do. If we tell it to the manager or the HR or anyone like that, and say, for example, you're giving your ideas to them and they're diminishing that, or they're just ignoring it, that's where your passion is. But when you are putting your passions into a toxic environment, it's absolutely useless, because what happens is you'll find that your passion kind of withers away. So what gets your blood racing? What is it that really gets your blood racing? What does it get that you get excited? What's it get that gets your heart racing, pumping, excited? You feel giddy, and stuff like that. So what gets your heart racing? For me, there's nothing I love more than editing photos. When I'm in the zone editing photos, that's what gets my heart racing. Knowing that the end result is going to be completely different to the first result of the photo. So you got the normal photo that you take, the photo that you take on your camera, and then you edit it, and then the end result. That's what gets my heart racing. You don't need to be great at something to be passionate about it. So if I was perfect, I'm not a professional photographer. If I was to be passionate about taking photos, that's okay. But if I wasn't really good at it, it's alright as well, because that leaves room for growth, because that passion will then say, okay, let me go and learn a little bit of techniques and tricks to really progress my passion. And what makes you happy? Is it the editing? Again, guys, I'm using this as an example. Is it the editing process? Is it the process of giving the end result to the client? Is it sharing it on Facebook? Is it sharing it to someone else? Is it showing it to someone else? What makes you happy? Okay, so if helping people makes you happy, then that's where it is. That's where your passion is. So go out and do something that makes you passionate. What do you hate or loathe? So if you're in something, if you hate or loathe something, but you're okay at something else, you understand that there's a fine line. There's something that you're really good at, something you're not really good at, and something that you hate. Obviously, if you hate something, that's not your passion. So you either go the other way. So at least if you're passionate about something, but if you're not passionate about something and you hate it, you go the other way. And what are you okay about? What are you okay? See, I am okay at video photography, but I'm not perfect at it. Leaves me room for growth. And what are the moments that make you say yes? Yes to everything. Okay, when someone shares your post, or when someone thanks you for your hard work, or someone truly is sincere and apologizes for their, for doing you wrong, whatever the case may be. What is it that makes you say yes? For me, it's when I bring someone into my business opportunity and they finally are able to change their life with this opportunity, and they see the plus side of it, the money, the interaction, the growth in it. That's what makes me say yes. Okay, so find something that makes you say yes and learn off that. Okay, and then visualize your childhood moments. Now, you're always going to come across opportunities or times where you're diminished and you're feeling crappy and you have a shitty day. So when you are feeling that way, so I want you guys, all of you, to go pick a childhood photo up and put it in your workstation. When you're feeling diminished, I want you guys to look at that photo of yourself when you were a child and say, what would make this child happy? When you're feeling diminished and low and negative, what would make this child happy? Is it going to the fair? Is it eating some cotton candy? Is it going to the park? Is it going to the movies? If you do something that makes that child feel good, then that means you're making yourself feel good, because you guys obviously are subjected to your childhood thoughts and feelings. So if something makes your childhood self happy, it's going to make your adulthood self happy. So I can't count how many times I've gone to the park by myself, just for the sake of it. I can't imagine I go to the movies by myself. It's just making my soul happy. I eat a lot of, I don't eat a lot of it, but there are times where I like to eat cotton candy. I eat some candy. I have some ice cream. And that's what makes me happy. So whenever you're feeling diminished and low, what is it that you guys are doing to make your childhood self happy? And that's what will make your adult self help out. So kind of get you out of that mindset. And then in a toxic environment. So if you're in a toxic environment that doesn't really help your passions, that kind of diminishes your passions and your projectivity, that doesn't really do you any growth, remove yourself from that toxic environment. Remove yourself from that sort of the surroundings of that. If I know my workplace is a toxic environment and they always gossip, I will remove myself from that. Even though you can't remove yourself, sometimes we can't remove ourselves from our jobs, I would remove myself from that toxic environment. If I know my family don't really support me of being an entrepreneur, then I would, every single time I'm be there, I wouldn't really engage in anything, any subject according to my entrepreneurship. Okay? Whatever the toxic environment is, it is your choice whether you choose to make it happen or not. It is your choice whether you allow it to affect you or not. So if you are in a toxic environment of people who don't support you on your journey, on your growth, don't really understand you, they're always gossiping, they're always bickering, they're always making fun of you, remove yourself from that toxic environment, or like I say, cut them off. I don't even care. Sometimes the most hardest thing to do is cut family off, but you can remove yourself from that environment, because what you're doing is you're saving yourself the headache, the heartache, and just the worry of negative energy around you. Okay, so if you're in a toxic environment, you guys can take that away. This is not for me to tell you guys that I come from a positive environment. Everyone has a toxic environment already around them. We just learn to filter out those opinions that have say and those who don't have a say. So if you feel an environment that doesn't make your productivity and your passion project, then I would remove myself from that. Okay, remove yourself from that situation and you will see your positive energy really flourish. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you guys today. This is episode 2 of Project Empower. I'll see you guys soon on the next one. Much love, fam. Have a beautiful day.